Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like two losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And now he's going to use his legs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Defensively, here are the starters for Houston. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
On second down. It's Carson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Off-play action. Freeman under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Allen just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, Freeman. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Alvarado throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Alvarado. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Spins away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Freeman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Freeman. He's got his man on the crossing route. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 20 carries, 87 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. From the gun on 3rd down, Freeman looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he'll be down deep into Houston territory.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
They'll run on first down. Carson able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm going to come back to you.
2nd and 6. Complete to Kelly. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Alvarado. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
From the gun, Alvarado. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. To throw on 2nd down. Freeman firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, it's Hunt. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Hunt. And Hunt is is not going to get there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a low. And Freeman lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
We're going to shut you down.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it with Carson. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Alvarado finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Come on, set. Get your money. Get your money. Let's go, D.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This is Hunt on the draw play. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Chris Carson trotting back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. A quick throw complete to Chark. He'll have a first down past the 40. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to...
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. Freeman. And he completes it to Hunt. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. To throw on 3rd down. Freeman. And a throw right sideline is complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. On 1st and 10, Freeman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Freeman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. Check, block 54, block 54.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Alvarado. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back to throw. Alvarado looking for his running back, and he's got him. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now it's Carson. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So that'll back them up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off play action. Freeman. Looking left side, and it's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Off the play fake. Freeman. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Throwing on third and long. Freeman firing quickly here, and that's complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
That's a gain of 3.
On third down, it's Carson. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 4, check 4.
This is Carson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
You ain't going nowhere.
Throwing on first down, Alvarado. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on third down, Alvarado. That's caught by Kelly. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9. Brings up second and 1.
They run again with Carson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. On first down, it's Carson. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Garrett. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now out comes Houston. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. On first down, Freeman. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Looking to throw, Freeman. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On second down now, it's Garrett. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw on second down. Alvarado completes it to Lee. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Alvarado. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And that pickup will be good for a first down. Give him 10 yards exactly on the quick slant.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Finding Green complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Good throw there. And I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason. And what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Texans get a bit closer. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So that one goes down as a 99-yard kick return for 6. From the 1-yard line all the way to the house on the other end. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
52. 52's the money.
To throw on second down. Alvarado. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Minus 50.
Looking to throw on second down. Alvarado. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Off the bootleg. Alvarado. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Looking to throw. Alvarado over the middle, complete. It's Kelly. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Jaguars on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Alvarado. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And what would you say? Is it the offensive line that has caused a lot of this pressure to get back there?
That's always the first place that you have to look to see what's going on. But part of it is so difficult to simulate this type of pass rush in practice because the speed, the ferocity, the quickness, some of the change-ups and how they get at the quarterback that you may not have seen on film, all that is different. You can practice it as much as you want to. You can even insert smaller, faster guys at positions to show that the speed's going to be quicker. But until the whistle blows.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Looking to throw. Freeman. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back to throw. Freeman. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they take a knee. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized it was a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown.